Yo, it's your boy Prkr, and you watch it Stay on TV. Hey. Touchdown like 92, I was born and bred with a pack of wolves. 6 a.m. on a running track or a cul-de-sac, on and off the track. Running
Prkr, it was, I think my name just came from like, my nickname, just kind of like hanging out with friends and stuff. Just people calling me Park or Peter Parker, like Spider-Man and stuff. My dad used to call me Peter Parker when I was a kid. It's kind of an embarrassing story to admit, but yeah, that's really how it came about, just nickname. 6 a.m. on a running track or a cul-de-sac. I feel like everybody starts rapping at a younger age usually, but taking it seriously, I was probably like 22, 23. It's been like 2-3 years, which is kind of short, actually, but yeah, it's been like 2-3 years.
Back in the hood with the goons in the knees, and the back to the block with the kids in the beats, but it's all money with it, back with the weed, yeah, talking about living on the street, back to the road, like a back for the Jeep, back for the fame, for the squad, for the team, yeah, this is my weekend. I'm
really built on being a performer, and I like just being able to, I don't know, just kind of show where I come from, my perspective on like what's going on out in the world to fans.
This is where I'm from. This is everything, like Wash Heights, baby. This Coral Diner, it's not the same, they remodeled it, but like, I used to have breakfast here with my parents when they were still together. You could even tell if you look up, that sign up there is a lot older than that sign.
Yeah. Coral's always holds it down for the fam. Always. They do tres golpes. I don't know if y'all know about that Dominican stuff, but tres golpes, salami cuts. You either do the mango or the yuca. Get some eggs in there. You get the fried cheese. All that. That's tres golpes. That keep you nice and warm for the whole day.
These kids are doing the same shit I was doing 10 years ago.
I know one of them still got the books in their bag. I know one of them don't got a basketball, still going to the basketball court trying to ball.
Right.
I know one of them got basketball shorts under his jeans because he ain't trying to change. Youth doesn't die. Not around here at least.
Not gonna lie to you, me and my mans right here, yo, we've been playing ball in this court since 13, 14, something like that. 13, 14.
I'm Darnell. I also go by Don Smith. I've been working with this guy for a long time, Prkr, and producer, rapper, artist from Uptown, Clip 41.
Music's always been kind of like a scapegoat for me, I ain't gonna lie, but I think writing in general, I've always been more of a writer than I've ever been a musician. Like I would write even if it wasn't a song, even if I was sad in my house on the couch, I'd just write something just for the sake of like getting it down, right? You know? I used to bike this path a lot, and like sometimes I would kind of just rear off and I'd have my journal on me, a pen, I'd just literally sit right here and not even just this spot, like there's a couple nicer spots down that way, like by the rocks and I would just kind of like, yeah, just like think about what's going on in my life at the time. I was going through some rough times when I was writing in this park, though, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I would just kind of like isolation, you know, just like remove yourself from everything, because once you remove yourself from stuff, you realize like what's really going on. Nothing's really going on. When I was 21, I was going through a real like strong transitional time, and I wasn't surrounded by I was surrounded by peers and family, but I guess I wasn't surrounded by the kind of support system that I wanted at the time. So I was kind of really just from scratch. Writing was my support system.
Yeah.
You know? So
I was in school. So.
Yeah, he wasn't even around. Yeah. I wasn't drumming yet. I wasn't in the band. I wasn't rapping yet.
It's tear jerking, slow burning, the type of pain you couldn't teach or purchase. Most of our obstacles begin in person. Maneuver through priorities and build whatever's worth it. And if you close your eyes, you might just miss it, despite the distance.
I feel like nowadays everything is about media and like how you present yourself and stuff like that. And like it's like a double-edged sword. Like I hate it and I love it at the same time. Like it's cool, but a lot of shit is just like fluff and image. But I don't know, like it's kind of part of the hustle, so I recognize that, you know. I'm just trying to like build more and more of my presence on the internet. Because I feel like that's like important to me, like I was saying earlier, like as a performer, because I see myself more as a performer. I like performing shows in front of audiences because it's like you always meet somebody new, just the same way I met you. Mm-hmm. I always meet somebody new and someone else will be like, oh yo, I remember Prkr, blah blah blah. But like it doesn't work that way with like social media. Like you just really gotta just like pump shit out, because it just generates more of an audience for everybody. You know, people come out to see this person, people come out to see this person, and then it gives me a chance to like work on my sonics as an artist too. Because I find myself sometimes in the studio challenged because like other people will rap a certain way, a certain kind of beat. It'll bring a different side out of me that I wouldn't normally execute.
Two, I was born and bred with a backwoods. 6 a.m. on a running track or a cul-de-sac. On and off the track, running laps. Lifestyle so militant. Broken record, still ignorant. My ex-girl trying to play the victim when the feds come. But I'm in.
For me as an artist, I feel like it depends on where I'm at in the pace of things or where I'm at in my career. I feel like sometimes people sign because they need money or they have a family situation or like they have enough clout and now's the right time. But for me right now, I think for me and my team, because we're moving all together as a unit and we all have different like assets to offer to the table, you know, we're doing different things, different media outlets. Like, I'm cool with being independent right now. I'm not trying to be like sad or like preachy on my songs, but you know, I want people to recognize that like it's not even about I'm trying to storytell. I'm trying to like let you see a perspective that you probably don't even have. Yeah. That's my whole thing. Like, I want people to just maybe just hear a perspective they never heard of.
I remember there was a warrant put out for me on a Friday, and I got bagged that Friday, but it was Friday night, and then there was no court Saturday or Sunday. So I came out, it was like Monday morning, it was 7:30, I missed the whole weekend. And I remember just thinking like, all the stuff that was happening to me, I was embarrassed to speak about it with even my friends and my family because I knew I would get judged and stuff like that, even though I know they love and support me regardless of the matter. But I remember thinking like, damn, I really wish I didn't pick up that phone call. I really wish I didn't turn that corner where that DT was. I really wish I would have just stayed home and not left the house, you know, like all those things rushing in my head and all that stuff. I'm happy because it inspired me to write those songs. I feel like, yeah, everybody wants to become a rapper, but you know, people need to learn who they are first before they start thinking they need to become an artist. Because to be an artist is to reflect emotion and communicate through other channels of emotion to strangers. And if you can't do that, then you might not be an artist just yet. I don't want to.
25 without a credit score, there's beauty in a quiet storm. I got more in store, but I'm not insured. A day in my shoes is the day you gon' lose. Never let my guard down.
The whole mixtape is really just based on the fact that like when you come out of something traumatic within the first 48 hours of that traumatic experience, it's like your mind opens up and you start thinking differently. It's like you didn't sleep for 3 days. You start viewing things differently, and that's what this tape is about. That brief moment of clarity when you realize that you messed up, and if you could go back, you would change things. I'm using this tape as really like a statement piece so people know. Even if people think being on is getting signed to Columbia, in my head, I'm already on. This tape means I'm on because I was able to bring this together by myself and with my team, and I'm proud of us.
My intention, I could never be a loser. I can't even mention what it took for me to do this. Represent my culture like a vulture in a movement. Nothing really to it. Y'all full of opinions and so easily influenced. Somebody get the papers, we about to roll out. Verbally explicit when I smoke around town, cause I'm watching for reporters, I'm the story right now. I'm just aiming for the glory like the price went down. Like these bitches hit my phone when the word goes round. Pockets rearranged, I swear.